What's up, you guys? It's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. How you doing? How you been? It's been a little minute. It hasn't been too long, but it's been a little minute. But I'm back, and y'all know Valentine's Day is, well, it might be today depending on when this video goes up. Today is the 13th, but happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I had to come do a Valentine's Day video. I did one like my first year on YouTube, and I don't think I did one last year. My plan was to do like this hairstyle, my makeup on camera, like while I talk to y'all, but that never works out for me. One day I'm gonna get it, but I don't have it right now. Anyway, I wanted to talk about relationships, but not just like romantic relationships. Like I want to talk about friendships, your relationship with like families, the relationships with yourself, because that one honestly is the most important. I feel like if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you can't really be good in other relationships, just because you'll most likely be projecting, or you won't be able to give like your best self in those relationships if you don't already, you know, love yourself. So I think we should start with that one, being that it's the most important. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about when it comes to relationships with yourself and self-love and all that, I feel like I've touched on like my own personal like journey with myself and getting to know myself and stuff. So I didn't want to backtrack and start talking about that again. I'll link like a time card up here somewhere if you're interested in checking out that video. But I was like, okay, well, what's something that I can suggest that I've been doing lately since I posted that video that has been helpful to me, since that was like, I don't know, like a year or two ago. And this one is a game changer. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm reading this book. It's called Bad Habits. I don't want to get demonetized, but basically, kind of like in the beginning of the book, it talks about identities, like what habits are you forming and practicing that are like basically forming your identity of who you are in that moment, because I mean that's what habits do. They shape you to do certain things, and like you align with the habits that you do and create. So lately, honestly, I haven't been feeling like the best about myself in terms of like productivity. Like I feel like I've been really lazy and stuff. Like when I come home from work, like I got into a habit of doing like nothing and then waking up and repeating and doing it all over again, and that didn't make me feel good. So I don't know, I just felt like I had to do this. So I got my notebook and I categorized my life into different categories, duh. Like let's just say the categories are like health, personal goals, and career goals. Let's just use those as examples. So basically I went through each category and I did some self-reflection and looked at my life personally and was like, okay, what habits have I formed that are bad habits that I do not like, that are not aligning with who I want to be? And I wrote the bad habits down. Think about how many categories you could write down and the amount of bad things that you could possibly be doing, and then you're just staring at them all on paper. Talk about self-reflection. It was a little hard to look at, I'm not gonna lie, but it helped me because I was able to write down good habits that I wanted to practice in place of the bad ones that I had created. I also kind of wrote down like an identity, like who do I want to become? What does she look like? What does she do? How does she dress? How does she act? Does she take care of her body? Does she take care of her skin? Does she take time to really like pamper herself when it comes to certain things like that? Thinking about those things, like where does she see herself 2 months from now, a year from now, so on and so forth. You get the idea. And that right there really helped me. I don't know what it is. I think it was just like maybe seeing it all on paper that helped. But since then, I just kind of flipped what I was doing and I feel a lot better. Like I said, I haven't been doing this for long, but I feel 10 times, 100 times better than I did before. Like I just feel like I'm being a little bit more productive, and practicing things that are like forming good disciplinary actions, because I feel like as adults sometimes we slip. Like when you just fully in charge of yourself, you forget to like discipline yourself a little bit. And that's something that I really do struggle with. I struggle with that so bad in so many different areas, and that's really terrible, to be honest. So I'm just telling y'all all my business. But anyway, I really am bad at it, and it's something that I'm working on. So if that's something that you struggle with as well, you're not alone. And if that's something that you're good at, drop some comments down below of some tips or tricks that you have that help you stay disciplined, or some things that you practice that, you know, help you out. So that is all I'm gonna say on like your relationship with yourself for now, okay? If you guys have any questions or any suggestions or anything like that, drop them in the comments pertaining to your relationship with yourself. I did post that I was going to be filming this video on my Instagram story. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. I'll put my handle on the screen. It is ash__Nash. If you want to see what I'm wearing, what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, what I like, what I don't like, follow me on there, because I try to post on there daily. I'm getting a little bit better than I was before. But yeah, go ahead and follow me. The handle will be on the screen. All right, so next up is romantic. What? Can't talk. Get it together. So now moving on to romantic relationships. So I got a question that was basically pertaining to this girl. She's been dating her boyfriend for a while, you know, and the spark is dwindling. It's dwindling. And she just basically asked me like what I thought about how to keep like the spark alive in your relationship. My answer to that is, I feel like whoever you're dating, like whoever you're interested in, personally, I feel like you should feel like you're friends. Me and Andrew are like best friends. One, we're both really goofy, and I feel like if you cannot fully be yourself around someone, no thanks. But also too, like I feel like we still date, like we still go on dates, we still compliment each other, we really talk about like our goals, we tell each other like where we're failing and where we could, you know, like use some encouragement, like things like that. And that comes with communicating as well. I feel like people lose spark because maybe they don't know where like their partner's head is at, or like they don't know if like what they used to know about them is still the same or not. So I don't know, I feel like it comes like communication and just keeping your friendship. Like at the base of everything, you should be friends. And Andrew and I didn't even start off as friends. Like I did not know him. But like we got to know each other and we clicked like friends, which is why I think we're still doing good now, because that's my friend at the end of the day. That's the homie. He the little homie, but that's the homie.
Hey, don't let this YouTube stuff get you messed up.
I love him. Okay, moving right along. This one, okay. So basically this girl has been dating this guy for quite some time, and she like him. She think or feel like he like her too. You know, they vibing out real nice and things, right? But she wants to ask, like, what are we? They don't have a title or anything. They just chilling. I think that at some point we all like think this, like when we talking to somebody and then, you know, things start to feel like, okay, getting a little serious, like what are we? But you don't really want to just come out and ask and be like, what are we? So Andrew's behind the camera. He's just gonna stand right there. We're gonna get a guy's perspective real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you what I would think, you know? So if say you've been dating this girl, me, you like her, you feeling her, you enjoy her company, you know, y'all get along great. And then she says the question, I'm gonna say pops the question, but she's like, what are we? How would you answer that? Or how would you feel? Guy's perspective.
I mean, I feel like it depends on the girl, first of all.
But you
'Cause,
like her.
I like her?
You like her. You enjoy spending time with her.
Honestly, I think girls put a lot more weight on the whole "what are we" thing than guys do most of the time. Because I could just be with a girl that I really like, spend time with her, whatever, and I don't think about like, are we boyfriend and girlfriend, or are we talking, dating? Like, I feel like girls put way more weight on that than guys do. I feel like it's not as big of a deal. I feel like it does matter in terms of boundaries, like, because you gotta know, like, do you need, like, am I allowed to talk to other people?
Yeah.
I feel like as long as you're clear on like are y'all only seeing each other, yada yada. I feel like the title isn't as big of a deal.
Do you feel like a title at some point is necessary?
Necessary, no, but I feel like if you do like somebody and like that would make them feel comfortable, like, hey, I want to be boyfriend, girlfriend, then why not? Like, if you like them and that's the person that you want to be with, then why not? But
I feel like in a way titles kind of like mark like growth and progress, because it's like, okay, we were talking, but now we built something, we're a little strong, now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, let's see how we do here, and like maybe we get along to like being engaged, and now you know like what track you on. Whereas opposed to like, if we don't have a title or anything, I feel like it's just like, what are we doing? Like, are you just stringing me along? Like, do you, like, what is it?
I don't know, like there's people out there that are in very, very happy relationships that will never get married.
That's very true.
And like, you're not gonna tell them that their love is any less valid
just because they're not
married.
That's very true.
So it's not necessary, but I feel like if it helps your partner feel more comfortable and that's somebody that you really do like, then why not? And if you don't really like them, if you're not feeling them like that, then you need to communicate that and let them know.
Yeah, so they can go on with their life.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew.
Nah, I ain't even in the video.
The guys have spoken. Well, the guy has spoken. No, I agree with that. I think something like really important that he mentioned was like boundaries. I think as long as like both of y'all are clear on y'all boundaries and like what y'all expect from one another, like what's okay and what's not, then you don't need a title. But if that will make the person that you are dealing with feel more comfortable and you feel comfortable with putting like a label on it as well, then that's fine too. I think it's like, I feel like you know who you're dealing with. You know the person that you're talking to. You know how they are going to respond to certain things. But I think that being upfront about, you know, how you feel and like what your boundaries are, what you want from them, and then they communicate the same, and then from there y'all can just talk about it and either agree on something or, I mean, separate if that's necessary. So I don't know, I think it just depends. Y'all drop a comment down below on what y'all think about that. Give some, your advice, your suggestion on that topic. All right, like I said, I posted this on my stories, and a question that I got was date night ideas. I feel like there's so many different date night ideas, to be honest, and I feel like it really aligns with like what you and your partner like to do. Like if you're not an activity type couple, then I mean, bowling and skating is probably not going to be for you. I don't know, but if you're foodies, trying different restaurants is probably going to be your thing. Or if y'all just really like a chill vibe, Netflix it is. You know, I don't know, I feel like there's so many different things that you could do if you live in a big city that has like special or different type of attractions. Go try them out, like especially if you live in that city. Even if it seems like something that you probably wouldn't be into, just go try it out. You know, you live in that city, you might as well. When people come to visit, you can say that you've been there, you could give them your opinion on it. I don't know, I feel like Andrew and I, like sometimes we like to try different things, especially now that we've moved. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't done yet, so we are kind of exploring the best that we can with the circumstances that we're in right now. Some stuff we can't do, but you know, we try to get out and see what we can and do what we can. For us personally, like We like dinners. We like, shopping. We like concerts. Obviously, we haven't been able to do that as of late, which sucks. We've done, I don't know, like little picnic in the park or like lunch in the park. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that you could do. Okay, so let's talk about friendships. Let's talk about it. I was kind of talking to my mom about the fact that I was going to do this video, and then we kind of started talking about like seasonal friendships. So like everybody is not, I think we all know, or maybe you don't, I don't know, everybody is not like meant to be in your life forever. Like they're just there for that season, whether that's to teach you something, maybe it's for you to teach them something. Like one of the parties is going to get something out of it, whether it stays together or whether it, like, y'all just go y'all separate ways. And I think that's fine. I think there could be a lesson in everything. And sometimes, like I said, when you walk away like without learning a lesson, like maybe you were just in their life to teach them something, or you know, to be that certain something for them at that point in time, and it's just not meant to, y'all just not meant to be friends forever, and that's okay. I definitely have had like my like fair share of friends like that, and like in the moment I feel like it's really kind of hard to get over, because it's like, dang, like we was like this and I thought we were gonna be like that forever, you know, and then things just kind of happen the way they do. And sometimes the way that y'all happen to fall off or fall out is not something that you would see coming either. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. I think that when you look back on it, you're like, you know, now that I think about it, or now that I'm older, I can see that I needed to get this, this, and this out of that situation. Or maybe now that it's over, that person will think about this the next time or in their next friendship, you know? So sometimes you just gotta let stuff go. You gotta let people go, and that includes friends. Something else I wanted to talk about, because this is something that I'm trying to be better at. Y'all know that I graduated college last May and I moved. So I am not, well, also I was in college for 4 years. So I have not lived in the same city with like my closest friends for a very long time, probably like, yeah, like 5 years now. So how to keep like those friendships, like the ones that are like we in it to the end and we already know that, like how to keep them still solid, because I feel like sometimes we can take those friendships for granted just because like we know our friends, and we know like they're not gonna take nothing to heart, or like they're just the type of people that's like, I'm not really, you know, like I'm not really tripping on that, you know, but you don't want to take advantage of that. So something that I feel like I'm trying to work on more when it comes to my like friends that are like from home, like checking in on them more often, just saying like maybe like how was your day, or like what have you been up to, or like what's new going on, you know, just to like touch base, because I do feel like at one point I was like, I felt so out of touch. It wasn't like you know, like the friendships that you can just jump back into and it's like y'all never left off like that. I have 4 friends that I feel that way with, but at one point I felt like, yeah, it was like that, but also like, dang, I feel kind of out of touch. Like I don't even know if you still doing this or if you still like that. And when I look back, I was like, well, who I got to blame for that? Really myself. I didn't check in on them to see like what they had been up to, or to see if anything had changed or anything like that. So I'm trying to be better about checking in on them more often. And also it's hard because I live like 4 hours away from where they are, but like trying to show up to certain things, I'm very guilty of like not traveling back for certain things. But moving forward, I'm trying to be better about that, just to show up, you know. I feel like just being there shows that you care, says more than you think it does. So yeah, don't take your friendships for granted. I think a lot of us are guilty of that at times, and I'm personally like trying to work on that. Like just because I know they're gonna be there, just because I know they don't like trip off of certain stuff doesn't mean that I should still put forth a certain effort. So I think we all slip with that at times, but you know, trying to get back better at that, you know. Someone asked how to like make friends as an adult, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. I have just moved to a new city, so like I don't really have friends here. Actually, that's not true. I've met a coworker that I've become good friends with, but even that can be hard sometimes, like work relationships. I mean, like sometimes you're friends with people at work, like you don't want them to know like your life, you know, like you work with them, you still want to keep like professional on some level. But I do think you end up meeting certain friends at work that are like, you know, we bond over more than one thing. Yes, we work together, but also like if we didn't work together, I would still be friends with you, you know, and those bonds grow stronger and get better. But making friends as an adult is hard. Like it's different, and especially in the climate that we're in, like I can't go to, I don't know, like certain events and just meet people, you know, like I normally would. Also, I'm not in college. Like I'm just not, you know, going to the kickback tonight and meeting this girl and that girl, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. When I figure it out, I will let you know. I promise I will. I'm still trying to figure out what's the secret sauce to that recipe, because I do not know. If you already have answers to that, you've tried things and it works for you, comment down below. Let me know, teach me, because I want to know. Especially with COVID going on, like how are y'all still like meeting friends? I know a lot of people like to meet people over the internet, like social media and things like that, which I think that's cool. It's not something that I've done before. I feel like you kind of got to be a little careful with that, but it's not something that I'm completely opposed to either. And lastly, we're going to talk about your relationship with your family. I think right now more than ever, a lot of people are kind of like struggling with staying connected to their families, especially people that just like don't live in your household. So a way that you could stay connected, obviously, like people are doing like Zoom baby showers, like weekly FaceTime calls, like where you get like the whole family on the phone, things like that. Personally, like my family, we talk a lot like in our family group chat. And that's kind of how like we stay connected to each other. I talk to my mom like every single day though, on FaceTime. So that's how I stay connected to her. And you know, we just like throw in whatever's going on or whatever. Sometimes I'm guilty of not, just like how I cannot check in on my friends. Sometimes I'm guilty of like not checking in on like people that are not immediate family either. But yeah, just check in on them as well. Like everybody, you never know also like the impact that you could have just by asking somebody, how was your day? How has your week been? Like, what are you going through? Like, you just never know. Like that could really just brighten up someone's day, or like sharing your good news with them, or allowing them to just share their good news as well. Just like having an outlet kind of. So yeah, just finding different ways like that. I hope that in the near future, we're able to connect like in person. I know there's a lot of people that you're probably missing in your families that you probably hung out with on a regular basis, and now you can't. I don't know, hopefully soon we're able to actually see each other. Also, something that I have seen like on social media, people will do like, you know, like when holidays come around, you would normally gather with like a lot of your family members. People have like actually still been like cooking meals, like, or not meals, like a certain dish. And like you'll just go like drop it off at everybody's house. It's kind of like a potluck, but it's like a traveling potluck because you're just dropping it off and stuff. And then everybody got a little bit of everything still. I think that's so cute. Or like even during my graduation was canceled. But like people still drove by my house and like dropped off a car, like they came through like blowing their horns and still just dropping off gifts and stuff like that. So we gotta get a little creative, but it's not impossible. I'm still trying to work on like staying connected with my family as well. One last thing, somebody asked me this. They said, how do you balance all of the relationships in your life? And I think that's a really good question. I think you need to think outside of yourself sometimes. Like I said, I think we all guilty of like life getting busy, or like a lot of people use like, I'm always at work, like I don't have the time. You have to make time for each relationship in your life if you want to make it work, or if you really care about that person. It can get hard to balance everything, but you make time for things and people that you care about. So literally, if that means setting a reminder on your phone to call grandma every Sunday at 2 p.m., then do that. I mean, and I'm being serious when I say that. Like, sometimes you just have to think about it that way. I know when I don't talk to my grandma for a long time, and then when I finally talk to her and she sounds sad that she hasn't talked to me in a long time, I feel bad. I feel bad. So you have to carve out that time for those people to make it work. And that includes carving out time for yourself as well. That's all I got, y'all. I hope that y'all are enjoying y'all Valentine's Day, or that y'all enjoy y'all Valentine's Day. I don't know when this video is going up, today or tomorrow, one of the two. But happy Valentine's Day. I love each and every one of you for supporting me. And welcome to all the new people. I forgot to say that. Welcome to the family, y'all. I'm so excited that y'all decided to join me over here on my little journey and whatnot. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope y'all enjoyed. Yeah, leave suggestions of what y'all like to see on my channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because I'm gonna be posting on there a lot more, okay? And you don't want to miss it. Bye.
Now we're gonna talk about relationship with your dog.
Relationship with your dog. Be nice, love, rub. Is that it? And buy toys. Lots of toys.
You're forgetting something, Mom.
What? Treats?
Treats.
Treats. And outside.
Yes.